So it seems like you're trying to make the inner circle your space. What motivated you to even want to join the inner circle? It seemed like you were doing pretty good on your own.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, Sean. If you look at what happened with Dictator John, who cheated despicably by using an illegal maneuver, I should be the AEW World Champion right now. And the only reason why that didn't happen is because I made a critical error. It is very clear that in order to be successful in All Elite Wrestling, you need to be a part of a group and or stable. There's a lot of lines being drawn in the sand for that particular reason. And I personally feel that right now I would be the AEW World Champion if I had a group of people who would be willing to speak up for me on my behalf. And that's when it became very clear to me that I needed to be a part of a group. And what better group to be a part of than the best group, the best faction, the best stable, in not just AEW, but in all professional wrestling, being the inner circle. Also, me and Chris were pretty much best friends, so it just makes sense.
So you don't seem much like a follower. I mean, for all intents and purposes, based on your own words, it seems like that's why you kind of ditched Cody Rhodes. Would you want to lead the inner circle?
This kind of feels like you're putting me in a corner here, and I don't appreciate it. This is the type of stuff that I knew was going to come up because you're that dirt sheet guy. You know, you're trying to make people say the wrong thing, but I'm not going to here. I'm going to keep it professional, unlike you, Sean. Me and Chris, I believe we have a genuine bond. I believe that it's more than we're going to have to need a leader if I do join the group. I think if anything, we understand that we are the two biggest stars in all pro wrestling. Nobody can keep our names out of our mouth. After every single segment, there's about a week's worth until the next segment where people are only talking about us. Fact. And I think we both are fully aware that together we can accomplish an insane amount. So I feel that there's not going to need to be some sort of weird power struggle. I don't think there's going to be some weird uprising. I just think we're going to work together. That's what I think.
You say that you all could work together. Could you all go on tour together? I think you've proven yourself as a musical commodity at this point.
Absolutely. Right now, we've got some things in the works. Nothing I can talk about, legally, but there's definitely some things in the works right now as far as musically goes. I mean, let's face the facts here. I was an all-state tenor too for a reason. I was the captain of the Acafellas, the all-male a cappella group, for a reason. Chris Jericho is one of the greatest rock, singers for a reason. And both wildly talented. Nobody in all of professional wrestling could have pulled off the segment that we pulled off. There's a reason that it's the most talked about segment in the history of professional wrestling, and I am very proud of it.
Can we sing a duet right now?
Absolutely not, Sean. You don't have the pipes.
I can sing. I'm good.
I'm not even going to allow you to try that. It's embarrassing enough for me that I have to share a screen with you right now for an interview. I am not going to make the situation somehow worse. So here's what we're going to do.
We can sing Judas.
Song, what song were you thinking of singing?
We can sing Judas.
Who sings that song?
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, let's keep it that way. Next question.
You wouldn't sing Judas with Chris Jericho if he asked you to do it?
Oh, I would, because we're both professionals, Sean. Professionals. Next question. You're embarrassing yourself. More important, you're embarrassing me.
Man, so I mean, I feel like based on things that you've posted yourself, you have legitimately gained inspiration from Chris Jericho over the years. You'd posted stuff from, I believe it was your bat mitzvah that included Chris Jericho on a ticket.
For a girl, you're clearly very uncultured
yes.
and very unintelligent. Bar mitzvah in the Jewish community is for a boy. A bat mitzvah is for a girl, okay? Yeah. So I had a bar mitzvah. It was called Maximania. I took the WWE logo and I flipped it into an M. You know who also did that? Yeah, The Miz, and he did it 4 years after I invented it. We're not going to get into that. It's cool. He did his own thing with it. Was it upsetting? Should I have trademarked it? Probably, but it is what it is. Mike Mizanin, hell of a guy. Love his show on E! But yeah, I had Jericho was one of the tables, was named after Jericho. I've always been a fan of CJ. I think CJ is a tremendous performer. I see a lot of people claiming we have similarities, and I do find it interesting because when Christopher was asked the same question, do you see the similarities between you and MJF? His response was, I was nowhere near as good at the age of 24 as MJF is. I was working moose lodges in Canada, which is true. What I want people to understand is I pick and chose little aspects of people's games because I'm a student of the game. And Chris Jericho is most certainly one of the people that I definitely studied an awful amount of.
I'm really interested in, again, this relationship, so to speak, with Chris Jericho.
Sure.
You being a younger man, much younger than he, that 18 to 49 demographic being so important, do you see yourself being sort of, I don't know, his ear, so to speak? Because pretty soon he'll be out of that demographic. He won't be in the 18 to 49 in a week, and you will be.
Chris Jericho has always had his finger on the pulse, and he always will. He might be what some might consider an older gentleman, but in reality, he's not. The guy's in the prime of his career. I mean, both physically and mentally. He's as clever as a fox, and he as quick as a cat. He's an incredible athlete, and he's an incredible professional wrestler. Do I feel that me and him have this great chemistry, and we're able to bounce ideas off of each other? Absolutely. And I think that that's going to keep shining through. And that's the reason why every single time we're on TV together, we're must see. So